Welcome, my dear friends. Welcome everyone to this free taster that I put up. So it was just yesterday morning, I thought. So every week on Saturday or Sunday, I had been doing this 3-hour classes on any access consciousness books. And some of you in the call already know that. This week, I was like, how about putting a 30-minute taster? Because the book is so amazing. The information, the valuable knowledge that the book gives is so amazing. So I just want to give it as a 30-minute taster to everyone to spread this knowledge as much as possible. All right, so let's get started. The entire 3-hour, so it's usually a 3-hour call, is happening tomorrow almost at the same time. So it's a 3-hour call. What we are going to do today is just a 30-minute portion of tomorrow's presentation that I'm doing it today and offering it to everybody here. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen with you. Already. So I hope all of you can see my presentation slide. So let's get started. 5 tools to generate long-lasting wealth in your life. And this is a taster class. It's a 30-minute taster class based on the book, Right Riches for You. So let's get started. So the entire thing came up from this kind of screenshot that I made. So if you look at your financial summary of, let's say, entire last year, and this was how it looked like for me a few years back, and then I started working on increasing my investments and saving and doing that. Anyways, when you look at the screenshot, what do you see? What do you get a sense of? Most likely, I feel this is what is happening in 80% of humans' lives. Our income might be increasing, and then our expenses also increases when our income increases. And if you then look at the investments, whatever, so this is what was happening in my life. My income in one period of my life was $1,000. At that time, my expenses was also $1,000. And then it increased to $5,000 a month. And then my expenses was also $5,000. And I started questioning myself. That's interesting. Why does my expense increase when my income increase? And is that even building financial wealth for me? And I was this person who read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you know about it, it's all about building a passive income in your life. And I read it maybe like 10, 12 years back. And then for the next 10 years, I haven't made any passive income. And then I looked back at my financials, and it looked very similar to this picture here. And I'm like, okay, what's going wrong? Where is my money going? And it is all going into the expenses section. What about investments? At the end of the day, yes, I made $100,000 last year, but where's that money? Did that build a financial wealth for me? And the answer for me, it was no. And most of you who are watching this, I feel, might have seen this similar pattern in your life as well. So now asking, what did it take for us to change this and actually build a long-lasting financial wealth for ourselves? That's where we are starting today's session here. And the 5 tools that I'm going to share with you today comes from the book directly. It's just this one slide which is not from the book. This is my contribution to you, but everything else is coming from the book. Let's get started. The book itself, as you might know, is an access consciousness book that talks about so many different tools that access consciousness provides. So the first place that I would love to get started here is this beautiful thing from the book, which is having money versus getting money. What's the difference between having money and getting money? What's the difference that you sense? And I would love for you to ask yourself that question. What does it mean to you about having money? And what does it mean to you when you say getting money? Well, this is what the book says. Having money is different from getting money, saving money, or spending money. Having money is totally different. It has a different energy to it. Having money is a way of being in the world. It is a level of energy that feels like there is no lack in your life. You don't feel like you need to get money. Get an energetic sense when you say, I have money, I have money, I have money. And then get an energetic sense of you saying, I have to get money. I need to get money. I have to get money. What's the difference energetically between those two statements? When you tune into the having money, there is that kind of abundance. There is that kind of, you know, a satisfaction that comes in. The energy is totally different. And getting money, automatically there is a lack and scarcity behind those words. Getting money always comes from a sense of lack. I can't afford this, I need this, I can't get this, I can't have this. Anytime you are thinking about getting money, you are focused on not enough. The more our energy, at the end of the day, it's our energy that is either allowing money to come into our reality or pushing away the money to go somewhere else. So, what energy should you be in to be able to allow money to come to you? What if you need to get into that energy of having money? And in order for you to get into the energy of having money, you should first of all have money. Okay, so where are we going? So, when you're going for the getting money section, you are functioning from the idea that you don't have enough, so you have to get more. So, that's the lack and scarcity, the getting side, and the having side is the abundance that we are talking about. Now, saving money and spending money. If you aren't willing to have money, you won't get money. Now, look back at the first screenshot that I showed you. You have income coming in, and all of that money is spent in the expenses. And are you having money at the end of the day? Most likely, when we are spending it in our expenses, we are not having money. If you aren't willing to have money, you won't even first of all get money. I here refers to Gary Douglas, who's the author of the book. I continuously see people saying, I want to spend money. They don't have the idea of having money. I hope you are slowly getting the difference between what having money really means. Some people spend money all the time. They keep spending, and guess what? They don't have. They don't have any money. They have spent it all. When you like to spend money more than you would like to have money, you aren't going to have any money. Chances are, if you spend all the time, if you are keeping on spending the money all the time, maybe that's because you actually hate money. People who truly love money are willing to have it and spend it as well. So there is difference between, so in my life this is what was happening. All the money that I was receiving, I was spending, and each month I could see, and I'm not even shopaholic or any kind of crazy spending habits, but still either bills increases or something else comes up, and I had very good reasons to tell myself why I'm spending all the money that's coming in, because it was like, oh, see, this is a bill, I have to pay this bill, and therefore I have to spend that money. I had very, very good reasons to spend money, by the way. Some people complain about having to save money. They say things like, it feels like I'm a slave to saving money. Why should I even save money? Or saving money is no fun. What's the whole point if I just keep this money in this bank account and there's that $5,000 sitting there? What's the whole point? I'm not It's not fun for me to save money. When I hear this, I always ask, well, what about when you are working so hard to get the money to pay for everything you bought last month? Are you a slave then? Which we are talking about credit cards, right? So we use credit cards in our world. If there is not enough money this month, we put it on credit cards. And then next month, we work to pay off these credit cards. So that's what he's asking about. What about you working hard to make money so you can actually pay off your past expenditures that you have on credit cards or that you have on debt? Is that being slave, or is saving being slave? Okay, that's what credit cards are for. So you can buy what you want when you want it and then pay it later. Do you realize that you are paying for your life later? The truth is, you have to have more money than you can spend before you can spend as much money as you want. So I was reading that statement 3, 4 times. And it's like, wow, interesting. The truth is, you have to have more money than you can spend. Meaning, if I have $1,000, I can spend 500 of it and I can have the remaining money. So you have to have more money than you can spend before you can spend as much money as you want. Most of us are not yet at that place, but there is a way to get there. The first thing you need to do is to start tithing to the church of you. So that's where we are going. Our tool number 1 is tithe to the church of you. So now we are asking, okay, fine. So I get the difference between having money and spending money and saving money. I understand that now. So now, how can I have money? Money comes to me every month. I have this kind of money coming to me every month, but all of that money is going somewhere. How do I actually have money? Well, that's where this particular tool is. I hope you are writing it down. And one spoiler alert, just because I'm giving this session, this kind of short session for free, I would still love for you to make use of these tools. Most likely, most of the free sessions that I have attended, free classes that I've attended, I hardly listen to it, or even if I write down, I never implement it. I hope you are different than me. I hope you will write down everything that you are getting from this class. And I hope that you're going to implement everything that you are going to learn from tomorrow. If not, you can come to my 3-hour class tomorrow and actually pay some money for it so that you will have that commitment to implement things. So that's just a small challenge, because at the end of the day, when we actually make a payment for a class, we get that additional motivation to implement things in our life. And when we have free stuff given to us, most likely we don't have enough motivation to implement it. So I hope all of you are very, very different. And I hope you are going to start implementing this in your life. Anyways, going back, tool number 1 is tithing to the church of yourself. What is that? If you want to change your financial condition, you have to be willing to have money. A very important action you need to take is to set aside enough savings so you can function in your life for 6 months without any income. What does that mean? That means you need to have at least 6 months worth of your expenses, whatever that is. If your expense per month is $1,000, you need to have $6,000 separately in an account. And when you have that 6 months worth of expenses separately, that's gonna create that first shift. And I'm gonna explain how that's gonna change your life. This is one of your beginning targets. You want to be able to cover your expenses for 6 months without working. Put the money in the bank or in your mattress or wherever you want to put it. But arrange your life so you have that amount of money available to you. Once you have that, you will stop worrying. Now, those of you who had been coming to my Love Money book reading classes in the Unlimited Money Club Facebook group, you would know that worrying is one of the costliest, most expensive behavior of all, that is stopping money from coming to you. Now, I want you to just imagine for a moment if you have 6 months worth of your expenses saved separately in an account that you never touch. Would you be worrying about money any longer in your life? What happens when you stop worrying about money? Most of you who have attended my Love Money classes know very well, when you stop worrying about money, more money comes to you in your life. So that's how this is indirectly helping you. But there's also other things here. Once you have that in place, you will stop worrying about rent, the utilities, your monthly expenses, and you will start to generate more in your life. When you don't have that, you tend to focus on, you will be vibrating at the energy frequency of I don't have enough money, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough money. If that's your vibration that is being sent into the world, what's going to happen? If that's your thoughts, if those worry is your emotion, you are continuously vibrating at I don't have money, I don't have enough money. If that's your vibration, that's exactly is going to happen in your reality. You are not going to have enough money if you are vibrating at that frequency. And what is that vibration composed of? Your thoughts and your emotions. If you're thinking day and night, I don't have enough money, that's what is getting created at the end of the day. So set aside 10% of every dollar that comes in and put it into a savings account for you. Tithing to the church of you is an honoring of you. How much do you honor yourself? How much do you respect yourself? The self-respect, self-worth, self-honor. Tithing to the church of you is an honoring of you. It's about thanking yourself for what you are generating and creating. Then you pay your bills. So after you have set aside 10% for yourself, which is honoring of yourself, then you go ahead and do the bills. So the first 10% of every income that's coming into your bank account, you first put it out separately into your account, and I named this account as Money Magnet. So when I was reading this book and learning all of this information, I also received this kind of a message intuitively, which was like this. So how does this Money Magnet account, that's how I call it, the Money Magnet account, in which I put out 10% and keep it there, how is this even helping me vibrationally? Well, imagine your energy field, and let's say you have absolutely no money in your bank account. Let's say your bank account is zero, and let's say you have no money or cash in your wallet. So basically, you have no money, okay? Zero. If that's the case, your energy field doesn't consist of the energy of money. I hope you get that energetic sense. And now imagine you have $1,000 in your bank account, which means everything that belongs to you, it belongs as an energy in your energy field. So if I have $1,000 in my bank account, that shows up in my energy field. In my energy field, I will have that energy of $1,000. What's one of the major laws of the universe? I hope all of you know the law of attraction. What is law of attraction? Well, everything that is like attracts to itself, right? So then if I have $1,000 energy, $1,000 money, which is energy, and $1,000 is right here, that energy, what does it do? Due to law of attraction, it attracts to itself similar vibration thing. What is of similar vibration to money? More money. So this $1,000 that I have in my energy field as energy continuously attracts to itself more money. What happens if I spend this? that energy is gone out from my energy field. Now in my energy field, there is no money. When there is no money, how can I attract more money into my energy field? I literally have to start vibrating at the vibration of money frequency in order to attract more money. I hope you really, really get that. That was like an intuitive message that I got while I was putting this presentation and I was reading this book. I was like, wow, I never got that till today. Meaning, my money magnet account, where I save all of these 10% of my income, I never touch that. I never spend it. It's right there because what? I am having that money. And that money I am gonna have ever and ever. Even everything goes off in my reality, I become poor, still I am not willing to touch my money magnet account whatsoever, because that energy is then in my energy field. When I have a money energy in my energy field and I actually give it the task, I say, okay, you are my money magnet, the duty of you is to pull money into my field. Until the minute I have that money is going to pull more money into my reality, into my life. When I spend it, it's like me throwing it away from my energy field. So now I feel you really understand the importance of this entire thing that we are talking about. Okay, if you do this for 6 months, Gary says your full whole financial situation will begin to turn around. And from my experience, I can tell you, even if you're doing this for 15 days, you will already see the results in your life. That's what happened in my life. So I learned about, the saving money thing, passive income thing 10 years back, and I never took any action on that. And then all of a sudden access consciousness came into my life and taught me all of this, and I was like, okay, Vishnu, I have been doing this kind of pattern of not having enough money throughout that 10 years, and I'm like, I'm done with it. I'm done with that cycle. I am not going to get into that cycle of not having enough money ever again. What should I change in my life? What behavior should I change? And this was the first behavior I had to change. That is to bring in the discipline to put aside 10% and never ever touch that. I'm not going to touch it until it is there. That's going to bring me more and more money. And that's what has been happening in my life. Okay, so I hope I have given you enough inspiration to do that. The 10% begins to grow until it becomes such a large amount that you no longer think about money. You just keep generating more and more money. People who don't have money put a great deal of attention on not having money. They say, I got to get money. But once you have money, you don't think about it anymore. So that's the difference between having money and getting money. Once you have money, you will never again think about getting money, which means you will not go into the lack and scarcity, which means you are going to develop and generate your long term, long lasting financial wealth. The first thing then you should be willing to do is to have money. Are you willing to have money? If yes, then this is how you implement it in your life. You put 10 aside and say that I am going to have that money. That money belongs to me. I'm not going to spend it on anything whatsoever. Okay, that's it. Tool number 2, very similar to tool number 1. Again, another beautiful tool here is to carry money in your pocket. Let's see what this is. In addition to tithing to the church of you need to carry plenty of money in your pocket. When you carry money around with you and don't spend it, it it makes you feel wealthy. You feel like you have money. What's the next thing that you can do to have money? Well, that's the tool here, which is to carry some money either in your pocket, in your wallet, wherever you're going. And once again, thinking from energetic standpoint, If I am carrying money, it's not in my bank account, but it is actually, I have that money in my wallet always. So in order to implement this for the very first time in my life, what I did was I took few um, notes of $10 or $1. I just grouped it together. I stapled it and I kept it in my wallet so I cannot spend it. So that was the first thing I did. But again, I don't recommend if you don't want to do it, or at least you can do it on just very, very small amount. So it's not a significant amount. But at the end of the day, some money energy needs to be sitting in my wallet, so that money is again attracting and pulling and bringing in more money into my life, into my wallet specifically. Okay, more and more money can then show up in your life because you are telling the universe that you are abundant. When you have money in your wallet sitting right there and you never spend it, all you can say is, oh, yeah, I have money. And the more you say that I have money, the more money is going to come to you. So that's the roller coaster. It's like taking you on that beautiful journey of building that long lasting wealth, having money in the second way. Decide upon a sum of money that you, as a rich person, will carry with you. If you are a rich person, how much money as cash or as any other liquid assets would you be carrying with you all the time? Whatever that amount is, let's say 500 or 1000 or 1500, carry it in your wallet at all times. So Gary here says, I carry 2 gold coins with me all the time. They are worth about 843 each. So always I have about $1,686 in my pocket. So he is carrying it as gold coins. If that's what interests you, you can do that, or you can also carry it as cash itself. Doesn't matter. And the energy of gold is a little maybe even better than the money itself, but doesn't matter. Until you have that value of money sitting in your wallet, it's gonna continue doing that, bringing and attracting more money into you. So I always know I have money. Some people don't like to carry with them because they worry about getting robbed. I hope most of you, when I read this, maybe that's your major concern. Well, here is the answer. Gary says, I tell them, when you aren't paying attention, that's when you could get robbed. But if you are carrying a sizable amount of money with you, you will be more aware of what's going on around you and you won't get robbed. If your energy frequency vibration is vibrating at I have money, you are not gonna attract a thief to come in and kind of rob your money off. That happens only when we are in the lack and scarcity mode. If you always carry cash, you can't afford the stupidity of unconsciousness, which is what allows you to be mugged. You will always be aware. You will say, I have got stuff here that's worth a lot, and you will be more conscious every time. Okay, so moving on to the tool number 3. Here is a little different, which is eliminating these words from your vocabulary. There are specifically 6 words that cost you money every time you use it. Would you want to guess what those 6 words are? 6 words that makes money to go away from you, that is pushing away money. What are those 6 words? Well, here is the, so I have chat. Yes, Mahasan says want. Beautiful. Yes, that is one of the word. And do you want to guess other words? There are 6 words. Yes, Mahasan says need. She is one of my best students from my Love Money book classes. So obviously. Anyways, so here are the 6 words. If you would like to become rich, there are 6 words we suggest you eliminate from your vocabulary. And the words are: number 1, why. Number 2, try. Number 3, need. Number 4, want. Number 5, but. And number 6 is never. Okay, so I'm going to go into just two of the major words here, since we don't have enough time to cover everything, but just you can have that in your mind. And if you would like, you can also read the book to have full explanation of that, or you can come on to my class tomorrow. Anyways, the first word I want to discuss here is try. We often hear people say, I'm going to try to do this, I'm going to try to do that. Does that lead to doing? The word try means to attempt without ever succeeding. Every time you say, I'll try to do that, I'll try to start saving money, I'll try to, start increasing my income. Every time you say try, the word try truly means you're going to attempt it, but you cannot succeed in it. So, one of those words that you need to eliminate is trying. Are you trying to handle your financial situation without ever succeeding? If you are trying it, if that's the energy behind it, it's not even the words, it's the energy behind it. I'll try to do this thing and I'm not able to do it. Because why? Because I'm trying. So that's what we need to eliminate, eliminating the try. Everything. So now a quick clearing here. Everything that is, so every way that you are trying to handle your financial situation, and those of you who are new to access consciousness, so we use the access consciousness clearing statement: right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POC, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. If you would like to have a full explanation of that clearing statement, you can go to theclearingstatement.com, where the founder of access consciousness talks about what that really means. So with that, let's quickly do a clearing. Every way that you're trying to handle your financial situation, every way you're trying to build your financial wealth, every way you're trying to increase your income, can we please destroy and uncreate all of that? Times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. When I kind of say that statement, you just have to say yes to receive it. So when I ask the question, you just have to say yes. Great. So next word that I want to talk about is want. Want and need kind of is very similar energy behind it. People who have money, they never use the word want. So you would never be saying, I want money, or being in that lack and scarcity if you already have money. So the word want has 27 different definitions in the dictionary, all of which means to lack. So here is an exercise from Access Consciousness that we do that kind of helps us let go of this wantingness. So you can say, I don't want money. And when you say 10 times, for example, I don't want money. I don't want money. I don't want money. I don't want money. I don't want money because I already have it. So that's the energy behind it. So that's the kind of exercise. And what happens to you when you say that, I don't want money, I already have it? How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel light or heavy? And this again is one of the tools of access consciousness that we will be discussing in detail in tomorrow's class. So the light or heavy is basically sensing, let's say, in your body, in your energy field around you, does that make you feel light or feel heavy? So everything that makes you feel light is true for you, and everything that makes you feel heavy is false for you. So if when you say, I don't want money, I already have money, that makes you feel light, it means it's true for you. Okay, so here is an example. A man in our class learned this tool. The next day, before he went to a band rehearsal, he said, I don't want money 10 times. A couple of hours later, when he was in the rehearsal, a guy in the band walked up to him and said, Man, I owed you $100 for so long. I keep meaning to pay you back and I keep forgetting to do it. And he handed him a check of $600 in return for the money that he gave maybe a few years back. So that's the power of this tool. When you continue saying that, you are letting go. So now, again, if you had been attending my Love Money book classes, you would know that every time in the past that you have said, I want money, has actually become a contradictory request in your books. So when you say, I don't want money, every time you say it, You are canceling off all of your previous contradictory requests of I want money. So that's how this helps. So if you want to implement this tool, you just say 10 times, I don't want money, I don't want money. Every time you say it, you're canceling your wantingness or the lack and scarcity. Great. Let's do a quick clearing here. And here I'm going to use this word evidentiary contrivances, which again is a huge topic that I might be going, so that I will be going into in tomorrow's class. But for today, we are just going to do the clearing. So how many evidentiary contrivances and DJCCs are decisions, judgments, conclusions, and computations? This again, we will be discussing tomorrow. So how many evidentiary contrivances where you believe that it's true, and decisions, judgments, conclusions, and computations do you have to create the parameters of the amount of money that you are willing to have or not have? So everything that is, let's destroy and uncreate all of that. You can just say yes. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Great. So moving on. Now we are moving into the tool number 4, which is to generate your life, not to try to create it. So what's the difference between creation and generation? The book says, don't try to create it. It's much more easier for you to generate it. What's the difference? Well, so again, that is going to be discussed in tomorrow's class. Today we are going to discuss about the tool here, and this is how Gary says that he actually implemented generating, how we can generate our lives. So he says, I asked, what would I like my life to look like? And he answered, well, so what he is doing is he is generating his life. And for you to generate your life, you should first know what it is that you want to generate. How would you like your life to look like? And this is what he says. In his life, he wanted this. Well, I would like to travel at least 2 weeks out of every month. I would like to make at least $100,000 a year. I would like to work with interesting people. I would like to do something that would actually change the world. I would like to do something that never bored me. I would like to continuously expand some part of my life and everybody's else. So these are the things that he wanted to generate in his life. That's how he wanted his life to look like. So once you have that, that was the sum total of what I came up with as the answer to what I wanted to create as my life, generate as my life. I got the energy or the feeling of what it would look like to have all of those things. So once you know what kind of life you would like to have, you then need to get the energy of it. So what's the energy? How does that energy feel like of that kind of reality that you want to create? Once you know that, you then do what's called the energy pulse. I put that energy, that new energy that I want to generate, he puts it in front of himself, and then he pulled energy into it. So this is a process that we will be doing now. He pulled energy into it from all of the universe, and then he let trickles of energy go out into all of the people who was looking for him, and he didn't yet know it. I did this for about every 3 days, so I could continue to be aware of what that energy felt like. Now, if that doesn't make good sense for you, I completely understand. I myself, in order to kind of learn it, I went through different classes and read so many books to actually understand that part. But for today, I would just like to tell you this simple thing. Whatever your vision, dream life is, you get a sense of how that energy would feel like. And then you put that into an energy ball in front of you. Again, this is what we are doing as energy pulls in our Unlimited Money Facebook group every day. So I noticed, so now what he does then is I noticed any opportunity that came into my life that felt like that energy, and I would do it whether it made sense to me or not. Your energy, your space, and your consciousness of knowing what you want will lead you to what you are looking for. If you don't even know what your dream life need to look like, and if you don't know how that energy would feel like, you cannot create or generate it. So first is knowing what is it that you want and how the energy of it feels like. Put that energy in front of you and keep pulling that energy through you. That's the tool. What energy would you like your life to be? Okay, so it's not about I want this red BMW convertible or an estate in wherever it is. That's not what we are asking for here. What you're looking for are the elements that you would like to have in your life and the energy they would be in your life. So we are talking about energy here. How do you sense energy, and how do you know what energy is it that you want to generate for yourself in the future? Whether it is a BMW car or a big house or a cell phone or 1,000 clients, all of that is energy at the end of the day. And how do you sense energy? You get a sense of it. So that sensing of energy, the minute you imagine that, you already kind of feel it in your body. So that's one of the ways I personally, how I do it. And I bring up that energy in front of me, and I pull it into my reality, into my energy field. That is not about defining your life in terms of a car or the house or the family you would like to have. These things show up as part of your life. They aren't the source of your life. It is the, again, we are talking about these three things: energy, space, and consciousness that you are willing to be. Notice that we are talking about the energy you would like your life to be. We haven't mentioned money, right? We haven't been talking about how much money you want in your life. We are talking about how does that dream life of yours, what kind of energy would that look like? And why is it that we're not talking about money here? If you are willing to have and be the energy of what you would like to have your life to be, you will generate the money to make it show up. Okay, that statement I would love to memorize and print it in my brain. If you are willing to have and be the energy of what you would like to have your life to be, you will generate the money that is needed to actually have that in your life. Okay, so let's do a quick clearing on that topic. What would it take for you to be willing to live the energy of what you would like your life to be, so that it could actually show up for you in totality? Everything that doesn't allow that, and all the thoughts, feelings, and emotions and no sex that you are using to absolutely refuse and reject your life and the energy you would like your life to be, will you please destroy and uncreate all of that? And you can say just yes to receive that. Right, wrong, good, bad, proper, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. Now, here is a tip that Gary gives in the book. If you do this 30 times a day for 30 days, you would see the change that this presents in your life. This clearing statement is such a powerful one. And especially with Access Consciousness, we take one clearing statement and we run that at least 30 times a day. And it kind of clears up so much of our energy out that helps new stuff to show up in our reality. Anyways, your tool number 4 is energy pull. That's what we had been discussing. Here is how you do it. So if you want to do it in practical application, I'm doing this energy pull exercise every day on the Unlimited Money Facebook group. You can come there and you can do it with me. But here is an explanation. Those of you who had been doing it, I feel this explanation helps you get a better idea of what it does. So here is the explanation. First you get the energy or the feeling of what it would be like to have all of these things that you want in your life. At this point, you probably wouldn't even have a clue about how this is going to happen. But doesn't matter. You don't have to go into how this is going to happen. You just need to know what you would like your life to be like. It's always going to look different from the way you think it's going to look. That's why it's important not to try to think it through. Just get the energy of it, the way it would feel to have all of these elements. So one of the tip that I would love to give to you here is, so maybe your future life, the dream life that you want, might sense and you might feel a lot more freedom You might feel a sense of security. You might feel a sense of abundance. You might feel all of those are energies. That's what the more of emotions, maybe in my way, that's how I usually do it. I get into the sense of, okay, what emotions would I feel if I have, that house, that car, the kind of abundance that I want in my life? What emotions would I be going through? Oh, I would have a lot of gratitude. I would have a lot of happiness. I would have the energy of joy and freedom and abundance. And I feel like I want to fly, right? I would feel like I'm a bird. So then get a sense of that energy. That's the energy that we are talking about. However, it presents in your world. Once you have the energy of what it would feel like to have all of those elements in your life, put that energy out in front of you like an energy ball. It may be helpful to see it as a big energy ball. Now pull energy into it from all over the universe. How do you pull energy, by the way? You cannot pull it with your hands. You just command the energy to be pulled in your mind. You put that energy ball in front of you, you close your eyes, and you say, okay, I'm pulling energy. And there it is, it's already pulling the minute I say it, because I am the creator, I am the creator of my life, and whatever I demand, this universe does it for me, just like how it does it for you too. So there is no how to pull the energy question. You just ask the energy to be pulled, you command and demand it. Okay, I am pulling the energy now. And there it is, it's already pulling. That's how easy it is. Okay, so now pull energy into it from all over the universe. Notice how your heart. So when you do this, actually in experience, when you start pulling energy, you will already sense your heart opening to receiving that energy. That happens automatically. You will notice how your heart opens up when you do this. Continue to pull energy into that ball. You are pulling energy from the entire universe. You pull it, and then you are connecting it to the entire universe. You allow that energy to circle and cycle around you. Now, once you circle and cycle that around, leave trickles of energy. You let trickles of small droplets of energy to go out to all the people who are looking for you, all the clients of your business, or all those, places that you're going to go to. And you don't need to know how it's going to happen. Again, you just command trickles of energy to just go into everything that needs to come into your reality. You are looking for you and to everyone and everything that is going to help you make that reality for you. You don't have to know who they are, where they are. You just let the energy move out into the universe to reach those people. Notice any opportunity that comes into your life that feels like that energy, and just do it. And once you start doing it, you will start seeing changes in your reality. You will see that new people are coming into your life, new opportunities, new ideas, new resources, information, knowledge, and different kinds of people presents themselves into your life once you start doing the energy pulls. That's the power of this particular tool. I do energy pulls mostly at least 3 times a day. Notice any opportunity that comes into your life that feels like that energy, and do it whether it makes sense or not. Okay, so the energy, your space, and your consciousness of knowing what you want will lead you to what you're looking for. Once again, that statement. Once you know what you want in your life, automatically that's going to come. So, first step is actually that clarity. Great. So, next final tool here, live in the question. As we have said, everything in the universe, so this comes prior in the book, is consciousness, and everything supports you. When you choose consciousness, you will begin to realize that everything in the universe is conscious, and every molecule will support you in ways that you have never imagined. So, what is this all about? This is all about you asking questions. And when you ask questions and ask for support, every molecule in this universe can hear you, and you will start receiving that support. You access this support by asking questions. Now, Gary says, because Dane and I live in the question, we consistently receive in ways we never thought were possible. People, money, and things show up for us in ways that we never expect. They come from some place in the universe to be in our lives. So, the final tool that we have here for you is the questions. The more you are asking questions, ask and you shall receive, right? So, the problem with our upbringing is that all of us are being taught not to ask questions. How many times while you were young, you asked questions for which you never replied, got any answers, and then you were even scolded or abused for asking the question by your teachers, by your parents? So it takes time for us to change that pattern. But, anyways, here is the question for you, which is the tool number 5, which is, if I buy you, are you going to make me money? If I buy you, are you gonna make me money? What is it all about? So, if I'm thinking about buying a car, I can ask the car has its own consciousness. I can ask the car, will you make me money? If I buy you, will you make me money? And you get a sense of the answer. You feel it, you feel whether it makes you feel light or heavy, and you get the answer out of it. Do I expect it to directly make me money? Not necessarily. This does not always play out in a direct line. The energy of each thing that you purchase contributes to the energy of the whole. The energy of the whole then generates the money you would like to have. The car may be the way I get to some place where I will make money. So, when you're asking this question, you get to ask this question to everything that you're purchasing in your life, whether it is a coffee, whether it is a stock investment, whether it is a house, whether it is a cell phone. You can ask this question, if I buy you, will you make me money? And you get a sense of the answer. Everything in this universe can talk to you, but you need to learn the language of energy in order to hear it or in order to sense it. Anyways, so if you would like to have more money, we suggest you question everything in your life. Ask, will this thing in my life make me more money? And you can go through your entire life. You can go through your house, and every single thing in your house, you can ask it, if I have you, are you going to make me money? And yes, the table, the chair, everything can answer. And maybe something is too old, that energy might have some negative, heavy energy in it that is creating lack and scarcity in your life, in which way you will feel it heavy. You can sell it off, or you can, buy something else and refresh the energies in your environment. Other ways is when you are buying a new house, when you're buying a stock investment, when you are investing in something else, you can ask it, if I buy you, will you make me money? Some of the things make you money directly. Some of the things in your life indirectly helps you attract and bring more money into your life. Even with the house. So, for example, if you're going to buy a house, you can ask, if I buy you, will you make me money? If you're going to rent the house, you can ask, will you make me money? Everything that you are going to spend money on, you can keep asking, will you make me money? And then make your decisions of it. So, in the book, there's so many different examples how they actually apply this, and they tell you how this can be done practically. I'm also explaining that in tomorrow's call. So that's the beautiful end of this short presentation. And ideally, this is the kind of financial summary that we would have to kind of bring our life into. Your income could be increasing, but you keep your expenses right at the same level. You know exactly what your expenditure per month is, and you put a cap there and you say, okay, that's what I'm going to put into my expenses, and remainder of the money you put into your investments and you put into your 10% account. And that's the way we can start building our financial wealth. And there are those 5 beautiful tools that you can implement. And once again, if you'd like to have a full version of this, you can come to my 3-hour class tomorrow, and I can put the link. Maybe I forgot to put the link here. Okay, so I have put the link to join the class on the Facebook chat and any of you. So I'm opening up for any questions. You can type in the chat box if you have any questions. Okay, my dear beautiful beings who are watching this on Facebook Live, I have put the link if you want to join the class for tomorrow. I've put the link in the comments of the Facebook Live video. I hope that comes in. Sometimes the live doesn't work. Anyways, I'll put it after the live has ended so you can receive it. All right, any questions? How was it? Yep. I started off as a 30-minute presentation and it is 1 hour. I guessed it is because I just love the content. I just go deeper into it. Anyways, thank you, thank you, thank you for all your comments. If you have, no, it's not about, so one of the members asks, should we tell others that no, I don't have money? No, it's just to yourself. It's not about telling, so you don't tell others that tool. The tool is a clearing tool, basically, and you use it for yourself. So it's within you, you say it for 10 times. Sorry, maybe I did not make that clear. So it's not any of the clearing tool that we used or any of the tools. It's not about telling it out loud to others. You use it as an energy clearing tool to release those energies out from you. No, I mean when people ask for money from us. Nope. The I don't want money tool that was shared here, again, it's not about, even if somebody is asking you, or it's not about telling it to others. It's not about telling it loud to others. It's a clearing tool, once again, that you do it for yourself and release those energy blocks, so to speak. I hope that makes sense. All right, so thank you so much. If you have any other questions, you can put it in the messenger to me privately, or you can also ask it in the group, and I'll be so happy to answer all your questions. Thank you, everyone. Some of you who have joined the call, I'm going to see you tomorrow anyway. So thank you, thank you, thank you, all of you. Bye-bye for now. Thank you. To respond to people when they ask us to give them money. Okay, so I did get your question. So let me type in the chat, in the messenger, my dear. So I'll answer that question separately for you. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Thank you.